Takeaway Chinese, where you can take some Chinese away and experience progress day by day. Takeaway Chinese, we will promise you a difference.
你好，欢迎收听随行汉语 Welcome to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Steve Hatherley in the studio. Hi, Steve.
你好, hello. Nice to see you again.
Always a pleasure having you in the studio doing Takeaway Chinese. Not only because when I actually give you some Chinese to take away, I feel the fulfillment of actually sharing some Chinese language, not only to the audience, but also to you.
Yeah, it's like when a parent teaches their baby how to put a spoon in their mouth by themselves.
And you see that happening.
Yeah, it's so rewarding, right?
Right in front of your eyes.
Well, in this context, I'm the baby and Chinese language is the spoon.
The spoon.
Yes.
And I see a lot of spoons recently. That makes me happy.
Do that thing where you ask me what I learned recently.
Yes. What did you learn recently?
不好意思,
Ooh.
which means...
Excuse me.
Right. But I have a question. Okay, so excuse me in English is very versatile, right? Meaning that you can use it when you're genuinely asking someone what did they say. Like if you want them to repeat themselves, you can say, excuse me, meaning you didn't hear them. You can also say, get out of the way, politely, excuse me. You can also say it when you're offended, right? You say something I don't like, and I can say, excuse me? But I'm wondering about the versatility of this expression, 不好意思, or if it's very specific for a situation. So this is what I learned. It means excuse me, but it means excuse me in the sense that, or in the context of when you're trying to get someone's attention when they're not paying attention to you. So I'm thinking like if you go into a shop, and the shop assistant or attendant is busy and they're not looking at you, then you can ask or say, 不好意思, then that's saying, excuse me. So, but is it very specific to that situation or can it be used elsewhere?
It can be used elsewhere. And remember all the different ways of using it. You just mentioned, excuse me, being used in the English language, except for the very last type. The very last version when you want to say excuse me in the sense that I am not happy with what I hear or what I see, except for that type, that way of using excuse me, using 不好意思 in the Chinese language. You can use the above all of the other ones.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it can be used when you want people to give you way. Say excuse me. 不好意思，我想过一下. Excuse me, I want to go. Please, give me the way.
Yeah.
Or, excuse me, are you there? Can you hear me? This kind of 不好意思, getting people's attention. And also the occasion if you step on someone's feet. Like you want to say, 不好意思, 不好意思, like sorry.
Okay. Now, how I said it and how you just said it are two very different things. So can you slowly give me the proper pronunciation of this?
That was something I want to say. Actually, 不好意, all first three characters you pronounced pretty well.
Okay.
Except for the very last one.
Yeah.
是. 意思. We know there are 4 tones and 1 light tone in the Chinese language. This one is the light tone. So 意思,不好意思.
不好意思.
Perfect.
不好意思.
You got a little bit of 儿化音, the sound at the end. That was just no one saying it like that. I know.
Steve's Chinese. 不好意思.
Perfect.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. That's
You're
what I learned.
Very welcome. You learned that. That is a very important one. And glad to see you making progress. And I feel like you are perfect for today's episode as well, because today we're talking about something that I would say something you are quite familiar with. We're talking about winter sports.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of winter sports. I grew up playing ice hockey. I grew up skiing with my family. We lived not that far away, maybe 40 minutes away from a ski hill in Nova Scotia. So we used to do that as a family when I was a kid. So I learned how to ski and play hockey when I was maybe 5.
Wow.
And then later in life, I learned how to snowboard and yeah, curling, I think I mentioned before, is something that I did as well. I love snow sports or ice sports, all of it.
Perfect. And hopefully today we can cover all of those sports that you are an expert of. Know how to say them in Chinese would be the goal of today's Takeaway Chinese. So for those of you who are interested in Chinese culture and you want to get a grip on the Chinese language, then this is the show for you. Stick with us for 30 minutes and you soon see the rewards. And for more fun Chinese learning, follow our Facebook page, Learn Chinese, to watch many fun videos and live streams. But now, let's provide you with some free Chinese for takeaway. To start with, I know all the winter sports are quite exciting and fun. We can talk about them and how to say them in Chinese. But before all that, let's learn about the key, like the core of that, all of those things, that is snow and ice. So snow in Chinese would be 雪.
雪.
雪, perfect. And ice is 冰.
Bing.
See, you know, oh yes, we talked about it.
Because I moved to Beijing in the middle of the summer when it was so hot outside. And everywhere I went, I was asking, 请冰给我.
请给我冰.
请给我冰.
Yes.
Please give me ice.
Yes. So yes, now you know. 冰 would be ice and 雪 is snow. I know in English we say snow and ice sports. In Chinese, we say ice and snow sports to be more precise. We say 冰雪运动. We know 冰 is ice, 雪 is snow, and 运动 sports.
Same thing, though. Doesn't matter
Same
which
thing.
order you put it in, right?
The only thing is in Chinese it matters. It cannot say 雪冰运动. No one would understand.
Oh, really? They
That's
wouldn't
why
understand?
I'm saying it.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Okay, that's
I mean,
important.
If you illustrate and if you explain, people would get it. But 冰雪运动 definitely would be the way to go.
Okay, and
冰雪运动
yundong is sports.
sports.
Got it.
运动 basically 运动 carries the meaning of move around. And it means sports. The word means sports. 运动.
Bing means ice, and snow. Snow sounds very similar to water.
水.
Shui is water.
雪.
Shui is water.
水 is water. 雪.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure is snow.
Snow.
Got it.
And for example, ice cream. One way of saying ice cream in Chinese is 雪糕, snow cake.
Snow cake. That's so cute.
Right?
Chocolate snow cake.
We also have ice pop, 冰棒.
That's even better.
Ice stick.
Sometimes English is so boring, right? Ice cream feels like so disappointing now as a term for that tasty treat.
Right?
Snow cake is much better.
It's lovely, isn't it? Remember it, snow cake, 雪糕.
雪糕.
Yes. So ice, 冰,
Ice is bing.
雪 is snow.
Sure is snow. Okay.
So let's start with your favorite winter sports. Oh, excuse me. Since we're talking about winter sports, yes, we talk about ice and snow sports, 冰雪运动, but apparently we also call it winter sports.
Yeah.
So winter sports would be 冬季运动.
冬季. 冬季 is winter.
Winter. 冬 is winter. 季节. 季 is short for 季节, season. So the winter season sports. 冬季运动.
冬季运动.
You know, 冬季, winter, is the only season among the 4 seasons that have their specific sports. You don't really have 夏季运动. I mean, you can talk about 夏季运动, but it's not exactly a category. You can say swimming is kind of like a summertime sports, but, you know, you can definitely say snowboarding is a winter sports.
I just had an idea for the future. Take the Winter Olympic sports and make them do them in the summertime. And take the Summer Olympic sports and make them do them in the wintertime.
Into comedy events?
Imagine the 100-meter dash in 2 feet of snow. That would be fun to watch.
That would be harsh to participate.
Listen, not all my ideas are great.
Again, amusement event for sure.
Yeah.
But yes, 冬季运动, winter day sports. Okay, back to my previous question. What is your favorite winter sport? The absolute favorite. So we learn the Chinese word for it first.
So are you asking my favorite to do or my favorite to watch?
Both.
Okay. Well, I think my overall favorite has to be hockey.
Hockey,
or
of
ice
course.
hockey, as everyone outside of Canada calls it. It's just such a huge part of Canadian winter culture. Everybody loves it. Everybody watches it on TV on Saturday nights. It's a family event sometimes.
Aww.
Yeah, watch the hockey game on TV. That's my favorite one to do. I think my favorite new one would be snowboarding. And the reason I say that is because I mentioned I learned it later in life, so I'm not that good at it. And the reason I learned it is because if you go to a ski location, if you go to a ski hill, oftentimes the easiest runs, we call them runs in English, oftentimes the easiest runs are less populated. There's not so many people on the really easy courses.
I'm on the easy course.
I'll say hi on my snowboard. I can go down the mountain, but I like to go on the easy courses because there aren't as many people there. The other courses, the other runs, there's so many people there. So I decided to learn snowboarding because it provides more space to do it.
Makes a lot of sense.
Can you do both? Can you ski and snowboarding?
No, I can't.
Which one can you do?
I can do a little bit of skiing. I have never tried snowboarding just yet.
Really? I can tell you, snowboarding is more fun than
really?
skiing. Yeah, in my opinion, it's more fun than skiing.
Okay, let's start with ice hockey and then move on to snowboarding and skiing, because in Chinese, they're really quite similar. And I'll tell you the logic behind the forming of the words.
Okay.
To start with ice hockey. I don't know if you find the forming of ice hockey in Chinese boring or easy to remember, because it's precisely ice ball, 冰球. That's ice hockey.
冰球.
Yes, 球 is ball. We know 足球, football. 篮球, basketball.
Ah.
So 乒乓球, ping pong ball. So 球 is ball. And 冰 is ice.
Uh-huh.
Ice ball, ice hockey.
冰球.
冰球, easy to remember.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of like giving ice hockey the identity of being the ice ball. I mean, the ball on ice.
It's very literal.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very literal term. And now that you say that, hockey, I don't know why I've never even considered why it's called hockey or what hockey means. Hockey is just hockey.
Yes.
I've never even considered it for 2 seconds. But that's 冰球.
冰球.
That's a very literal term, isn't it?
Yes, and it's easy to remember. Hopefully you don't find it boring. So ice hockey, that would be 冰球.
Well, wait a minute. If 冰球, ice ball, is hockey, then what's curling? Because curling is kind of like 冰球too.
Not really, because if you think about the curling stone, they are relatively
Bigger, heavier, stronger.
and also not a ball.
Well, yeah,
not
but,
a round
but a hockey
ball.
but a hockey
ball.
puck isn't a
It's not
circle.
I know. Okay, so
I'm being
even-
difficult now, aren't I?
no. Even I promised I would talk about skiing and snowboarding. Let's talk a little bit about curling.
Yeah.
Curling in Chinese is 冰壶.
冰壶.
壶.
Hu. Oh, just like
冰壶.
in English, WHO, hu.
Yes.
Okay. 冰壶.
冰壶, because 壶 carries the meaning of a pot or a kettle. If you think about it,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
It
right.
makes more sense, isn't it?
Ice kettle, ice pot. Yeah, the curling stone does look like a kettle or a pot.
Yeah.
Genius.
So 冰球, ice hockey, 冰壶, curling.
Got it. Okay, so you said skiing and snowboarding.
Skiing and snowboarding is also very interesting because if you think about it, no matter if it's skiing or snowboarding, you're basically on a board and you're sliding on the snow,
Yes.
which is why 滑雪
滑雪.
is the general term for both. 滑 is sliding or gliding.
Okay.
So 雪, we know it's snow. So put together 滑雪,
So snow sliding.
snow sliding.
Okay. But then it's the same word for
It's
ski.
the same word for
s-
both. But if you say 滑雪 Actually, you have to specify, right? You have to specify snowboarding and skiing. They're two different sports, which is why in Chinese, we specify them based on the equipment you use. When you're skiing, you have two boards on both of your feet. That is why it's called 双板滑雪. 双 means two.
Okay.
板 is the board.
双板滑雪.
Whereas snowboarding, 单板滑雪, single board skiing.
Yeah, right. Two board ice sliding or one board ice sliding.
See, I feel like they make sense. Though when we explain them, especially when we, for example, report Winter Olympics, we have to, specify.
Yeah. So then, okay, using that logic, can I take a guess at what skating is?
Ooh, go ahead.
So skating is sliding on the ice. So if slide is huo and ice is bing, then it must be 滑冰.
滑冰, precisely.
滑冰.
Yes.
Nice.
You got it
Yes.
perfectly right.
I got it. Yep. So that logic follows.
It follows.
From one sport to the next.
Yes.
Got it.
So a little recap. 冰球,
冰球.
which is?
Hold on. Bing is ice and 球
球 is ball.
Ball. So that's hockey.
Yes. 冰壶,
Bing huo. That's curling.
curling.
Yes. Ice kettle.
Ice kettle, precisely. 滑雪, 单板滑雪. 单 means single.
Yeah. So 单板滑雪. That's single board snow sliding. That's snowboarding.
双板滑雪.
That's skiing.
Yes.
And that's so can you say the double again?
双
双
板滑雪.
双板滑雪.
Yes.
Got it.
So 双板滑雪 would be skiing. And finally, 滑冰.
滑冰, that's skating.
Skating. Yeah. Now you know a lot of winter sports already.
Yeah, exactly. So let's put this in sentence or a question then. So just review with me, please. I like and I don't like. I like is
我喜欢.
我喜欢. So if I want to say I like skating,
Yes.
then I would say 我喜欢滑冰.
Perfect.
And if I want to say I don't like something, 我不喜欢
You like all of
花
them.
样滑冰.
Oh, you know 花样滑冰. Good for you. Figure skating. So 花样. Do you know the meaning of 花样 though?
Well, 花 is slide.
No. 花样滑冰. 滑 is slide. So here is the thing. 花 shares similar pronunciation yet different tone and different character with 花.
Oh, dear.
花样means different types of. So when you're doing figure skating, you actually have different pose, you have different moves. It's very with different variety, which is why it said 花样. So different variety skating, figure skating.
Oh, different variety skating. So 花样
滑冰.
冰.
Yes.
Okay, so 花样滑 is the variety.
花样 is the variety.
Okay.
滑冰 is the skating, the ice skating.
Right.
Right?
Ice sliding. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so that's like a two-part. So various moves ice skating.
Yes. 花样滑冰.
Yeah, my sentence example was I don't like figure skating, but actually I don't like doing it. I only tried it once when I was a kid, but I must say I do enjoy watching it.
It's very beautiful.
On television. Yeah, it's very technical. It's very pretty to watch on TV.
Yes,
Yeah, very
花样
artistic.
滑冰. Yeah, I enjoy it quite so much as well. So now we know a lot of different winter sports, how to say them in Chinese, and we know the logic behind the forming of the words. Actually, in recent years, winter sports have gained even more popularity here in China, especially after the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics. Actually, we've already achieved received quite a stunning participants in winter sports. That is, we have over 300 million people engaged in winter sports, which is quite special because China is not a country with a huge history and culture of engaging the majority of the population in winter sports. But definitely you need a little more exercise in winter days, and having more people enjoying these different types of sports is definitely a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually the northern countries in the world that excel at winter sports and enjoy them the most. That's why Canada really enjoys and is good at, in the Olympics and stuff with wintertime sports. Northern part of the United States also, Scandinavian countries, Northern European countries. Yeah, anywhere that's pretty far up from the equator tends to do pretty well at sports in the wintertime.
Yes. So you're listening to Takeaway Chinese with myself, Niu Honglin and Steve. We would love to hear from you. Send us your thoughts via email to learnchinese@cri.com.cn. Coming up next, let's learn about some fun ski resorts that you can enjoy the winter sports here in China. Don't go away, so you will take some Chinese away. Welcome back to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin, joined by Steve Hatherley. So, Steve, you said that you enjoy a lot of winter sports, which I believe. So, tell me, when you search for different ski resorts or different, for example, ice rinks to do some skating or even figure skating, what are the qualities you look for?
Well, I guess I'm not overly picky, but if I'm choosing something, then I want it to be at least a little bit geographically convenient, meaning I don't want to travel too far, because oftentimes if you go skating or if you go skiing or snowboarding, if you're not staying at the resort, then it can be a day trip.
Ooh,
right.
Yeah, you're right.
You can go in the morning and then come back to your house in the evening. So something that's close.
Ooh, in that case, allow me to provide you with the choice of the 崇礼太子城滑雪场. Actually, it is a place. It's one of the venues for the 2022 Winter Olympics.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it boasts ski slopes suitable for all skill levels with beginner, intermediate, and advanced trails. The resort has a total length of 138 kilometers and 200 ski trails. 200.
200?
Yep.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And the surrounding area offers a wide range of dining and accommodation options, ensuring that all visitors' needs are met. And one thing about this place is that it's not far away from Beijing.
Yeah, if it was a venue for the 2022 Olympics, then it must be within, I don't know, maybe an hour or so, or 2 hours?
Or a bit longer than that. But still, it's the kind of place that you can visit. You can, go to and enjoy everything with a one-day trip.
Did you go to see any of the Winter Olympic events, any of the ski events?
No, I didn't. But I did watch a lot of them on TV. And that
was one of the cool things. I was in Korea when the Winter Olympics were there in 2018. And I got to see hockey, which was cool for me. I also got to see snowboarding, which was really kind of exciting because the Olympic snowboarders, I mean, those are the best in the world.
Yes.
That was exciting. But the coolest thing I got to see was luge.
It's crazy. It's a crazy sport.
I can tell you this. When you are a spectator in hockey, you sit in the stands and you're not very close to the action, right? If you go to watch snowboarding, you're in the audience and you're not really that close to the action. The luge, you can stand literally a foot away.
Really?
From where they are on that big ice track. So what you do is when you enter into the area, then you just kind of walk along the track and you can just kind of stop and choose your spot, right? And the really cool thing is that, so I was in the middle and you can hear them coming. Right? Because you can hear the sound on the ice, that little rumble a little bit, and then you can hear the audience, clapping or whatever in that section. And when they go by you, oh my goodness, they are traveling at the speed of sound, I feel like. And it's just like, and then they're gone.
it's definitely an immersive experience. I would say.
That was so cool to witness that.
And in that case, allow me to tell you how to say immersive in Chinese. 沉浸式.
沉浸式.
式 means type, so it's kind of like not that important. 沉 means sink or sunk into.
Okay.
浸means soak. So 沉浸式 is kind of like you're immersed in the atmosphere, like you're sunk and immersed in water.
Okay, cool. How do you say you're going to jail? Because if you block a loser, then that's where you're going next.
I'm not sharing that, but you're right. But I'm just, thinking you're really, really close.
Right.
And by the way, luge is 雪橇 in Chinese.
雪橇.
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 I know luge and bobsled are really, really close.
Well, they use the same track.
Yes. That's why I say they're quite similar. But to Chinese audience, or at least to the creator of the word, actually, bobsled is called 雪车.
雪车.
车 means car.
Oh.
So it's kind of like the equipment they use is a bit more together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. And it makes sense because if you use your imagination, a bobsled looks like a car.
Yes, whereas a luge looks like a board. Right?
Yeah.
So that's the idea. 橇 also carries the meaning of a board, a larger one that you can sit on or lying on. Yeah, it's a crazy sport. Crazy in a good way, I guess, but something that I wouldn't personally not try. And for those of you who really care about the quality of the snow, which I think it's a thing for skiing lovers, they believe that, for example, the powder snow is very important.
It is.
Yes, it's like you have to at least have a experience of one snow season or skiing season. You have to be on a powder snow once, at least.
It's just a different experience, isn't it?
Yes, and that is why I'm also recommending the 亚布力滑雪场. That is also another ski resort. It's a perfect blend of Northeast China culture and skiing. Actually, this resort located in Heilongjiang province is one of China's largest ski resorts. It is renowned for its high-quality natural snow and excellent skiing facilities. Skiers can choose from slopes that match their skill levels, again, ranging from beginners to professional skiers. It also offers a variety of snow activities such as horse-drawn sledding.
Wow.
Yeah, which perfectly integrate the region's ice and snow culture.
Cool. That's the great thing about a really cool ski resort. I've known people who have gone to stay at ski resorts and don't ski.
Yes.
They just do other stuff there.
That they can enjoy during a winter time and winter atmosphere. And that is actually going to be the theme of our next episode. We are going to talk about some activities you can enjoy during the cold winter days, even if you're not a sports guru. And that brings us to the end of today's Takeaway Chinese.
Already?
Yes, I'm Niu Honglin with Steve here in the studio. No worries, for our next episode about the activities in winter days, I will definitely make sure you are still in the studio. So, for more episodes of the show, you can visit our website at radio.cjtn.com and go to the column podcast. You can also listen to the show and read the script there. Find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Just search for Takeaway Chinese. Don't forget to leave your questions, comments, and a 5-star rating. 感谢收听，我们下次再见。
Thank you. 谢谢. See you next time.